Hello everybody, Sign Ninja 4444 here, bringing you another review. And this isn't a Christmas review, it's just a regular review. And it's going to be on Hordika Nokama. And the reason why I'm reviewing Hordika Nokama is because I'm also going to review my other two Hordika, which are Matau and Wanua. And they are going to be Christmas reviews because I got them last year for Christmas. Hordika Nokama I did not get for Christmas last year. I got her in like August last year, which is like 4 months before Christmas. But I did get Hordika, Wanua, and Vakama for Wanua and Matau for Christmas, not Vakama. So I will review them in Christmas reviews, but I'm going to review Hordika Nokama for this review. And note that I don't have her canister. My mom made me throw it away, which proves she knows nothing about Bionicle whatsoever. And so yeah, we'll start off with the instructions. And so anyway, you have Bionicle Nokama here. You have the word Bionicle, Toa Hordika Nokama. And so yeah, you have Metro Nui in the top. And you have like a nice web pattern there. And you have set number 8737, Lego logo. You have webs all over Gametru. Nokama in a nice pose there. And you have like the infected water right there. It's cool. And so yeah. And what else was I going to say? What was I going to say? Just taking me a second to think about what I was going to say. Well, in the meantime, while I think about what I was going to say, is that on the Visorak Boogarak canister, the water is not infected, but on Nokama it is infected. So, yeah. Still don't know what I was going to say, though. Oh, well, anyway, I'll think about it later. But anyway, we open up the instructions. We have an ad for all of the Hordika. You have like the cocoons there above the towers of Metro Nui. Vakama being turned into a Hordika. You have Nokama looking over Metro Nui. Aniwa and Nokama. Nuju firing a spinner out of Visorak, and Hordika wooing Vakama to join her. But anyway, here you have these bits. First you build the torso. Then you put on the Rotuka spinner thingy, and then you start putting more the arm parts, and then you put on the chest plate. Then you build the legs, and then the arm, and then the other arm. And then you build the head, put in the Rotuka spinner, ripcord, and weapons. And yeah. Now it shows you how to put her into her canister. Again, I don't have the canister anymore. You can put in the Rotuka spinner like that, but I put it in a different way, not like that. It says you take off her weapons, Rotuka spinner, and ripcord, and put them in separate. And then you can build, if you have Nokama and Nuju, you can make this thing right here. I forgot the name, but I do believe it is true to the storyline. It is true. I've seen it in the Bionicle Encyclopedia before. Anyway, first off, you start with doing this, like so. And then you add on some more of those details, and so yeah. And this is only part of the instructions, because you need Nuju instructions along with his pieces to build this. You can't use just Nokama's instructions or just Nuju's instructions or just Nokama's pieces or just Nuju's pieces. You'll need both of them. So yeah. And also, this is the last year. 2005 was the last year where they used 3D instructions. Next year in 2006, which has already happened, they will be using not the 3D instructions anymore. But anyway, back to Nokama. It says you have an ad for the Hordika spinner. It shows you how to fire it, and it says it can fire 15 meters / 50 feet. There isn't actually an error in their math, because 15 meters is actually, I think like either 60 feet or 45 feet. I don't know how long a meter is, but anyway, there's a mistake in the math there. And the Hordika spinners actually fire pretty good, actually. They fire pretty good. If you bought products similar to the Hordika spinner, you may think that they're horrible, but they're actually not. They're actually quite good, actually. And Kanoka Code, you have to add GA2 plus the code on the spinner, which I will translate right now. Alright. I just dropped it. Alright, but I got it. And here's the code right here. I know the camera doesn't focus, so I'll just read it to you. The code is HIP0X0. I will repeat it. HIP0X0 plus GA2. So GA2 HIP0X0. So that's the code. And actually, I'm one of the few people who still has the Hordika spinner and the ripcord. Most people have lost both of them, but I still have them. Alright, and you have an ad for the old 2005 Bionicle.com. Then you have an ad for all the Hordika. You have Vakama, Nokama, Wanua, Aniwa, Metao, and Nuju. Then you have an ad for Devaki, which are from last year. By the time the Hordika came out, they were still out in stores, and of course that's in the US. I heard it was different in Britain, but in United States that was how it was. So anyway, you have Kirak right there. You have Nelrak, Vorzak, Bordak, Rozak, and Zadak. I often forget the Vaki names. Vaki names are some of the hardest Bionicle names to memorize. But anyway, you turn the page. You have an ad for the Rahaga, Gaki, Norik, Kulis, Bumunga, Iruni, and Pooks. Actually, there was an error in the Rahaga instructions. The names for Norik, Iruni, and Pooks were all wrong. No, it was Norik, Iruni, and Bumunga that were wrong. So yeah, their names were wrong. But anyway, on the back you have an ad for Legends of Metro Nui. You have Nidiki, Duma, and Nivok, and you have Kreka. Those are the Titans for 2004. And then you have an ad for Legends of Metro Nui. You have the DVD there. Nikon giving Vakama his Toa Stone in his forge. Vakama, Nokama, and Matau riding Kikanalo. The Toa after they vanquished Pterodax, and Nikon standing over the horizon. You have DVD, VHS, and Merja Max or whatever. Lego logo, www.bionicle.com, and that's that. And I still can't remember what I wanted to tell you about the instructions, but whatever. So yeah. Now let's move on to Nokama herself. And first off is, you do have bendable limbs, however only 3 limbs are bendable. That would be the right arm, which is this arm right here. Yes, that's the right arm. Yeah, the right arm is bendable and both legs are bendable, but this arm, if you go back to the Toamata limb, it's not bendable. Actually, it's not until 2006 where they start using all bendable limbs all the time. I mean, it wasn't the first time they used where all 4 limbs were bendable. The first time all 4 limbs were bendable was with the Toametru, and the first time they ever used bendable limbs was with the Rockshi. So yeah. Anyway, and actually the Hordika have some of the strangest designs. Actually, I tried to build one before I even had any Hordika, or before I had any knowledge of the Hordika, and it wasn't at all like this. And it actually, the pieces that you actually, it looks like you can build a Hordika with pieces from other Bionicles, but actually you can't, because you're missing 2 pieces. The main piece you will be missing is this back piece right here. You won't have that. Also, you'll need this ball right here. Everything else is you can get. If you're wondering where to get the mask, you can get the mask. You can get it off of Karzani. Karzani has 2 Hordika Nokama masks, green ones, but still you can get the mask from Karzani. Also, if you are wondering where to get this shoulder piece, you get one of these off of Makuta Icarax, which is the 2008 Titan. So yeah, you can get that. And obviously you can get the chest plate from the 2007 Matoran. And if you're wondering where to get the weapons, Ranu, the Agori, the 2009 Agori, does in fact have the Hordika Nokama torch. So yeah, that's where you can get the torch from Nokama. So yeah, that's that. And anyway, onto the Rotuka spinner again. Here's the code, and I'm not gonna bother to translate for you again. Just read the description or rewind the video. And the fire rate, you just pull the ripcord as fast as you can, and it launches it. And sometimes it tends to stay on, but when it flies, it actually flies quite well. And so yeah, I'm not really pulling that hard because I'm afraid if I fire it, it would go into a place I can't reach it. So yeah. And obviously you have cool chopping action. If you turn this ball, she chops with her fin barbs, which is what these weapons are called here. Strangely, not the entire blade is silver. This part right here is blue, but the silver part is flexible rubber, but the blue part is plastic. And strangely, in the movie, this part is only the blue part is showing. The silver part is only up when she's in battle. And in the movie, she has blue eyes, but she has orange eyes here. Strange. And the eyes are actually bent up a little bit, not straight. And here's the head design. You basically have like this new piece right here. This is the first time this piece was used. They attach the eyes on the bottom cross-axle hole, and then they snap on the mask and anchor the mask on with another cross-axle. So yeah, that's basically how they do that. And also, a lot of people about this arm here are complaining that, that it hangs down a little bit, like I'll show you. It hangs down like this. Like this, it hangs like that. That's as far as you can push it down. That bothers a lot of people, but if you want to fix that, what you do is you just do this. Put it upwards like that, so it's close to her. So yeah. Also, a lot of people hate the Hordika in 2005. Actually, I quite like 2005 sets. They're actually quite nice, actually, because I do like the Hordika. The action on the weapons is just really cool for the Hordika. You have a lot of cool ideas. For the Hordika, you have the chopping action, right here. The Titans also have pretty cool weapons. I have all 3 of the Titans from 2005. And also the Hordika Spinner codes are pretty cool, how they're in bionicle writing. So yeah. Anyway, I still don't remember what I was going to say at that time, but so yeah. Anyway, it's time to rate her. Why do I rate her? I rate her a 9 out of 10. She's good. If you want to find her on eBay, definitely do that. And yeah, again, this wasn't a Christmas review, because I didn't get her for Christmas. Hordika, Mattel, and Hordika would do a would-be Christmas reviews, because I got them for Christmas. Alright? Anyway, this is Slime Ninja 4444 signing off.